Welcome to TV20. I'm Dan Monroe, out here in Cleveland's Little Italy, ahead of one of the neighborhood's oldest traditions, the Feast of the Assumption Festival, happening this weekend. We'll talk more about that later, but first, here's a look at what else is coming up. Police versus fire. Two departments go head-to-head for a friendly competition. We'll tell you the winners of this year's baseball game between Cleveland officers and firefighters. It's a special day to uplift and celebrate the different cultural groups that have chosen to call Cleveland home. Everything you need to know before taking part in One World Day. And it was a day full of excitement. Another successful all-city back-to-school festival left kids going home with free supplies and more to make sure they're ready for the school year ahead. Mayor Justin Bibb, along with the Cleveland Firefighters Union, announced a new agreement which includes a 21% pay increase for firefighters. We were at that announcement where we heard from the mayor and others about the impact this move will make.
As a son of a firefighter, I spent a lot of days at the firehouse in Cleveland Heights where my dad was a firefighter for 35 years. It really is an important day for me as the mayor, but as a son of a firefighter as well too, to officially announce that we've agreed to a brand new 3-year contract with the men and women of our fire department, a 21% pay increase over the next 3 years.
I can't overstate just how amazing it is that these individuals go out there willing to risk their lives for the betterment of complete strangers.
We took major steps working with the administration to improve pay so we could attract more, so we could be competitive, not just here within Cuyahoga County, but throughout the state.
This contract represents more than numbers on a page. It represents a renewed commitment to the brave firefighters, the men and women who serve and protect this city every single day.
Here are just a couple more things the agreement includes. The agreement reduces the required service time to qualify for additional vacation hours. It maintains health insurance premiums for families and individuals with no increases in 2025. It also introduces an additional position for water suppression and boat rescue operations. The new contract is the latest investment made under Mayor Bibb's RISE initiative announced in 2023, which is focused on investing in police and public safety. Union members voted to approve on the agreement with Cleveland firefighters, which will go into effect on April 1st, 2025. It was a fun night at the mayor's Night Out Against Crime over at Halloran Park. Also known as National Night Out, the event's goal is to strengthen the relationship between police and the communities they serve.
I think it's really cool to see that, the police are out here connecting with the residents.
We're human. Police are just like everyone else, and this is an opportunity to see that we have the same interests. There's video games going on. There's the races, the different cornhole games. So there's a lot of things. Police are just regular people, and this is an opportunity to see them kind of more in a natural element.
It all took place at Halloran Park. There were plenty of family-friendly activities, lots of food, and opportunities to interact with safety officials. If you miss it this year, National Night Out is an annual event that's held on the first Tuesday of every August nationwide. It was a packed house at Cleveland Public Auditorium for the All-City Back-to-School Festival, hosted by Mayor Justin Bibb and Cleveland City Council. We were there for the back-to-school excitement.
Are you ready to go back to school? I can't hear you.
Every year, the city hosts a back-to-school festival to make sure Cleveland students are prepared for a successful year.
It really takes a village of everyone wrapping their arms around our kids to make sure they're ready.
And this year, the tradition continued.
We want every child to have the school supplies they need, crayons and pencils, binders, newspaper, or loose leaf paper, all the things that they need. We also want to make sure that they have their haircut, their backpack, that they show up every day, on time, ready for a successful school year.
Cleveland families not only had the opportunity to collect free school supply kits at the All-City Back-to-School Festival, but there were plenty of other resources to prepare kids for the back-to-school season too.
Everyone can leave here with school supplies, backpacks, mental health resources, physicals. Everything is right here after school programming. We got haircuts, we got activities. It's a great day for everybody.
As we welcome our scholars back, we want even more growth this year, and we also want to make sure all kids across the city, no matter where they live, how they look like, where they come from, that they will have access to an excellent education.
We need to be excited because we want to make sure that everyone knows that, you can make it. You can do it. We are cheering you on. We are rooting for you, for every scholar, no matter where you are. We want to take you from here to the next level of success. And we got your back.
If you weren't able to make it this year, the All-City Back to School Festival returns next August. TV20 had the opportunity to speak with award-winning actress and sports broadcaster Jane Kennedy when she visited Cleveland for the National Association of Black Journalists Convention. Kennedy recently published her memoir called Plain Jane.
It actually wasn't a memoir per se. I was just so tangled up in my mind at that point in my life. I had to get stuff out on paper. And I just was thinking, I kept remembering my dad had said that I should write a book. I had done a television show with a guy named Kenny Kingston, and he said, there's a formula you find, and at the end, the first person you think of, that's the person that's your mentor. And it was my grandmother, my father's mother, that was the first person that came to mind. And he said to me, she wants you to write a book. And I'm going, okay. But then after my dad's and mom's 50th wedding anniversary, I sat in the garage of my sister's house in Cleveland, in Euclid, Ohio. And we talked and talked, and she said, Jane, you've got to write this book. And I just went upstairs, put the blankets over my head, and I started writing. And I think the main purpose of writing the book, I know this is a long way around to saying it, but the main purpose of me is to show people that you never quit in life, especially our young women.
Kennedy was crowned Miss Ohio USA in 1970, the first African American to win the Ohio title. She then went on to compete in the top 10 in Miss USA in 1970. Kennedy won an Emmy Award for her work hosting the 1982 Rose Bowl. And in 1982, she began hosting the syndicated TV show Greatest Sports Legends. Kennedy spoke at the NABJ convention here in Cleveland and was also honored with the Sam Lacey Pioneer Award. A day to honor and celebrate the many different backgrounds that call Northeast Ohio home. Next, everything you need to know about One World Day happening in Cleveland's Cultural Gardens. And now in its 126th year, what you need to know about the upcoming Feast of the Assumption happening in Cleveland's Little Italy.
Today's vote, in my eyes, is not a very difficult one.
Hi, my name is Gabriela Lopez, and I am the Community Engagement Coordinator for Family Connections. We are here to help parents and children learn and grow together. You can find us here at the Greater Cleveland Food Bank Community Resource Center. Right now, we offer fun playgroups, help for parents, and tools to support your child's learning and development. Soon, we will be starting pop-up playrooms where kids can play and learn, and parent cafes where grown-ups can talk, share ideas, and get support. Come visit us at our playroom to learn more, or go to familyconnectionsneo.org. We are happy to be here with you today.
Did you know that in the city of Cleveland, you can text 911 and the message goes directly to our communications center? Our dispatch staff will communicate with you via their keyboard, asking the same questions necessary to dispatch police, fire, or EMS emergency services. Keep this in mind if you are in the city and making an emergency phone call that might be a challenge.
This safety message is brought to you by the City of Cleveland Division of Police.
Welcome back to TV20. I'm Dan Monroe, out here in Cleveland's historic Little Italy neighborhood. Our city is known for all sorts of traditional summer festivals, and that includes the Feast of the Assumption. The feast, I mean, you gotta love it. I used to come here when I was a kid. My friend's Italian family would feed me so much food. I am still full. So let's check out what's going on here in Little Italy. The festival is now happening in its 126th year. It's happening this Thursday, August 14th through Sunday, August 17th. If you've never been, expect music, dancing, and lots of food. The feast's last day is the day of the feast mass, and that's held at the historic Holy Rosary Church with a procession that follows. While there's some parking available, your best bet is to take RTA's Red Line. There's a stop that will get you directly to Little Italy.
Cornell Calhoun III for TV20. We are Cleveland. I'm at the beautiful Cleveland Cultural Gardens in preparation for the 79th annual One World Day celebration, taking place Sunday, August the 24th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Rain or shine. Here's the 411.
I think a lot of people don't realize the ethnic diversity of Cleveland. We have about 120 different ethnic groups represented here, which is very rare in the world.
It's a day to celebrate the many different cultural groups that call Cleveland and Northeast Ohio home.
One World Day kind of follows the motto of the Cleveland Cultural Gardens as a whole, which is peace through mutual understanding. So we try and have all the gardens, all the communities here represented just to show off their culture.
The Cleveland Cultural Gardens are preparing for One World Day happening Sunday, August the 24th. The free event is filled with opportunities for Clevelanders to learn about the different backgrounds that make up our city.
We have about 25 to 30 people getting naturalized as U.S. citizens, followed by a parade of flags. We have a Passport to Peace program for the kids where they can go around to each garden and they get their passport stamped after they perform some sort of educational activity like learn the language or do a step dance from that country. And then there's just a lot of food and performances throughout the day.
Organizers say One World Day is a unique opportunity to see this stretch along Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard that otherwise wouldn't be as accessible by foot.
It's a 254-acre footprint that most people can't see in one day. But on this day, with the free trams and the scooters and all, you can go through and see various gardens, entertainment, special programs.
The Cleveland Cultural Gardens are one of Northeast Ohio's oldest treasures. Some 36 dedicated gardens are designed by different cultural groups. In those gardens, you'll find poets, artists, scientists, and more, who have all contributed to the world culture.
Seeing all these people come here, sharing their culture, but still being part of Cleveland, part of America, it's great to see us all getting along and learning about each other. It really puts Cleveland on the map as a special, welcoming, diverse city.
It's a tradition that brings on some friendly competition, all with the goal of doing some good. Here's a look at this year's baseball game with Cleveland firefighters against the Cleveland Police.
Oh my God, we have the firefighters and against the policemen and playing their baseball game here in Clark Field.
Well, we've got a softball game between the police and the fire department, which is going to display some of our greatest athletes who actually protect and put out fires.
It is real nice how they come on, they compete against one another. So a friendly game, and they do collect a lot of canned goods for homeless and for shelters and things like that. It's pretty cool to just watch them play.
It's a can collection, a can drive. We're collecting cans of food for St. Herman's House. St. Herman's House of Hospitality on the west side is a men's shelter that helps people get back on their feet. They do good work on the west side, and we're happy to support them.
We provide for the homeless 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, clothing, canned good foods, clothing, hygiene products, and so forth like that. We're here to support the Cleveland policemen and firemen and enjoy the game today and everything. We get contributions in for the homeless and for the Project Focus also at the same time. So it's a big benefit. It's a double header, I consider a double header, and everything. So it's very good today.
This is the third year. We won the first one. Cops won last year, so this is kind of the rubber game. But hopefully it's a series that'll go on for years.
And congrats to the Cleveland Police Department who pulled out the win thanks to a 10-run spectacular inning. Congratulations to the Cleveland Police Academy's 158th Academy class as they officially graduated, becoming the newest batch of Cleveland's finest. It was a packed house inside City Council chambers as Mayor Justin Bibb swore in the cadets. Congratulatory remarks were also given by Police Chief Dorothy Todd and Ward 8 Councilman Mike Polensik. You can watch the entire graduation right here on TV20 or anytime you like on our TV20 Cleveland YouTube page. A new art installation inside Tower City has artists painting giant drums to tell their story, and it's called The Stories of Us.
So The Stories of Us has been around since 2023. We are working towards 2026, which will be the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. And we have 20 sculptures. 10 of these are from Cleveland-based artists, 10 are from Detroit-based artists. So each of the sculptures are on what we call talking drums, which is an instrument from West Africa that has the tonality of a human voice and is used to send messages from one village to the next. And that's what we're doing. We started in Detroit, we went to Atlanta, New York, New Orleans, and now we're here in Cleveland sharing stories that are told by local artists about the lived experiences that they have in America.
The Stories of Us exhibit at Tower City is free to view. You can also check out their other Stories of Us exhibit at downtown Cleveland's Mall C. For more information, visit storiesofus.org/Cleveland. Joining me right now is Michelle Denny of Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. We have a great event coming up this weekend, an event that showcases feats of strength, pure raw power, right, Michelle?
Exactly.
What are we talking about?
So we are having our annual Planeful event. It's been around for about 16 years, and although we did take a little hiatus for COVID, we're happy to have the event back and happy to welcome teams again to the airport to pull a 737 United going aircraft.
Pull a 737. That sounds really difficult. How does it work?
So we have teams of 15 to 20 people who line up on a rope, and we have some volunteers that will give them the signal, and they pull the plane, and we time them. They got to pull at 12 feet. Okay. And then we keep track of their times, and then we give out prizes for the top team.
And also bragging rights for anyone who successfully pulls a plane. You can say, hey, what are you working on? I pulled a plane.
Right. And, what's funny enough is we get a lot of fitness groups that like to come and do the event. I think they like to show off their muscles. They think that's going to give them the advantage.
Yeah, so this event is fun, but there's also a bigger reason behind it. That's Special Olympics, right?
Yeah, so this event, everything about it is all about Special Olympics. It's about the athletes and about fundraising to keep Special Olympics going, right? So that our athletes in the state of Ohio can compete not only nationally, but internationally as well. So everything goes for a good cause, and some of the athletes get to actually come to the event and help the teams when they're pulling. So it's just great all around to see that full circle moment where they're out there and, the teams pulling are all working together and working with the athletes as well. It's a really good-hearted event.
And each team works hard to raise money for the Special Olympics. There's even prizes for the most raised, right?
Correct. Yeah. So we have some incentives for the most money raised. And then also there's different incentives for the teams that actually qualify in the top rate pulls.
Well, this is a lot of fun, the plane pull. Let's go through the details. Where, when, things like that.
Sure. So it's at the IX Center parking lot. It'll be this Saturday. The opening ceremony is at around 10:15, and then the first pull starts shortly after that.
Okay. Is there a cost to get in?
There's no cost to get in. The only cost is a minimum of $1,200 for a team, and you're going to be pulling. Otherwise, it's a family-friendly event, so bring the whole family down and come and watch everybody pull the plane.
And I know in the past they've had food trucks and different vendors and stuff, so there's like drinks out there and food too?
Yep, yeah, we'll have food trucks again this year. We'll have some formal things like that set out for people. So it makes it a great day. There will be plenty of shade as well, because I know we're looking at 90 degrees again. Yeah. So we'll have some tents set up so people can escape the heat, but there'll be bleachers set up so people can get a front row view of these teams pulling the planes.
If you want more information, where can they go?
CLEplanepull.org.
All right, we'll check it out, Michelle. Thank you so much. Sure. And we'll see you at the plane pull. Still ahead, it was a busy weekend in Cleveland. Part of the fun included MGK Day, a 3-day celebration throughout Cleveland. We have a recap next.
Hello, my name is Yvette Nossel, Director of Community Initiatives at the Cleveland Animal Protective League. We provide services here at the Greater Cleveland Food Bank Community Resource Center. I am part of a team called Project CARE. The letters of CARE stand for Community Animal Retention Effort. The mission of Project CARE is to help provide services to pet owners in times of hardship so they can retain their pets in their home. We distribute food here at the Greater Cleveland Food Bank Community Resource Center every Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. In addition to our pet food distribution, we can also assist pet owners in getting the necessary medical care for their pets at our low-cost community pet clinic located at our pet shelter in Tremont. Stop by and talk to one of our Project CARE associates for more details.
The Cleveland Division of Police is announcing a new feature in reporting non-emergency crimes. When you call the non-emergency number 216-621-1234, a dispatcher will then send you a link via text to your cell phone. Other options are to call 833-461-0144 or use the QR code and report your non-emergency crime. We encourage everyone to add both the Cleveland Division of Police non-emergency phone number and the direct number in their cell phones.
This safety message is brought to you by the City of Cleveland Division of Police.
He grew up in Cleveland. Now every year singer MGK comes back to his hometown to throw a weekend-long celebration. Here's a look at how MGK Day went. Back out here in Little Italy, look, pasta, cannoli, gelato, it's all gonna be here at Cleveland's best festival, the Feast of the Assumption, going on this Thursday through Sunday. Come on down, bring your family, it's just such a great time. For TV20 News, I'm Dan Monroe. I'm gonna go get some spaghetti. We'll see you next time.